Manhood series, video part 4, failure and setbacks. Let me get my notes. Failure and setbacks are universal to all of mankind. It's obviously not exclusive to men. I wanted to frame this from a man's perspective to try and prepare you for the hard times coming your way. I've lost great jobs from choices I've made. I've been through failed relationships because of choices I've made. I've hurt people I love because of choices I've made. I've also been hurt many times myself. So when failures happen, how do you get through these things? What do you do? What do you think about? What type of things, what practical things can you do to get through failure, disappointment, all these things that happen? Let me give you a couple of things I've learned. Number 1, never internalize failure. Never internalize failure. When things happen, when disappointments happen, when setbacks happen, some people in general, but definitely men, have a tendency to internalize the failure. What that means is instead of seeing it as an outside event that happened, they see it as them, as the person being a failure, them on the inside. That's what I mean by internalize. They take the failure and bring it inside instead of keeping it as an outside event. Failure is an event, not a person. No matter what happened, you are not a failure. You have to understand that. No matter what happens on the outside, you are not a failure. That doesn't make you a failure because something didn't go your way. There was a disappointment. There was a setback. You are not a failure. You'll get through it. You're okay. Number 2, get the lesson. Get the lessons means that in every failure, there's a seed of success. That seed of success is the positive lesson you take from the setback. So, of course you didn't like what happened to you, but you have to train your mind to see positive in everything that happens to you, no matter what. If you do that, you can grow from it. You can spin the negative into something positive by training your mind to take the positive lesson from the disappointment. And you use the positive lesson for future success. So that's why I say in every disappointment or failure is the seed of future success. Number 3, prepare for failure. This may seem like something negative, but it's really not. It's intelligent planning. I'll give you an example. If you're going to jump on a boat or take a cruise or go somewhere on an airplane, they have emergency contingency things in place. In case a motor goes out on the plane or something, they have parachutes on the plane. They have masks and they have parachutes. So also, if you're in a boat, if something happens in the boat, they have life jackets. These are contingency plans, emergency plans, in case something happens, in case failure or disappointment happens. Now, if everything goes smooth, great. Most times it will. But when those inevitable setbacks or emergencies happen, you have a plan in place to get through it safely and swiftly and move forward. That's what you want to do in important events in life. So I'll give you another example. One time I lost a job that was important to me from poor choices that I made on my end. It affected people around me more than it did myself. First of all, I saw it as an opportunity to go somewhere else and use my skills to succeed somewhere else. I also had quite a bit of money saved, so I didn't have to worry about bills or anything for pretty much the entire next year. So what I ended up doing was taking a year off, using it pretty much as a vacation, taking a full year off, reassessing myself. I wrote 3 books during that time, and I used that setback as a come up for myself. I turned something negative into something positive because I was financially prepared for something that really could have hurt me a lot, but it didn't. So that was the lesson I took from that. Prepare for failure. You never know when it's going to hit. Prepare as much as you can. Number 4, and the last one, keep your eyes on the goal. No matter what you go through, no matter what setbacks you have to keep the vision or the goal in front of you. Keep your eyes on the target it's almost like a hurdle. If you run track and they have hurdles, when you're running up the track, you focus on the finish line, but there are hurdles in front of you. And you have to jump those hurdles to get to the finish line. Those setbacks that you go through are the hurdles, the inevitable hurdles that you go through to reach whatever your desired success is. So see the uncomfortable situation you're in right now. See the negative thing you're going through right now as a hurdle you have to get through to get to your goal. Don't let it stop you. Failure is temporary unless you decide to let it stop you permanently. That's important. I'll say it again. Failure is always temporary unless you decide to let it stop you permanently. I hope these lessons help you. It's very late. I'm going to bed. I love you, son.